this is Jackie and welcome to my roughly 1 hour deep stretch yoga exercise. Today you're going to need a wall and at least 2 blocks. Prep your favorite playlist and enjoy! Hi guys, let's get ready for our deep stretch today. So we are going to start with 1 block. And with this block we're going to be doing our supported bridge. So make your ways onto your back with feet firmly planted in the ground. We're going to use our core to slowly roll that body down. We'll roll those shoulders underneath, so tuck those shoulder blades, plant those elbows down by the side. Hands could be planted. Make sure you have your block in tow. On the inhale, we squeeze those glutes and the core to lift the hips up. We're bringing this block right underneath the sacrum. It's not on the booty, and it's not high in the lower back. It's right on that little bit of a bridge where the booty meets the back. And let your sacrum just rest into that. Gently close the eyes and start to take some deep breaths. Inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. We'll be here for a few minutes. So in this time, you can keep the knees bent, or you can extend those legs nice and long. Maybe bring those feet out a little bit wider than the hips, so your hips can relax into this position. Stay with those deeper breaths. Try to relax through the face, the shoulders, the back. Softening and deepening. Allow your body to fully surrender into your support. Let the block take all of your weight. Let the mat take all of your weight. Start to observe those places where the body makes contact with the mat. Observe how those places feel pressing against the floor, where you may be overactive in them, and what you can do to help make those areas relax a little bit, to soften, to let go a little bit more. Let your weight sink naturally into the floor. Now bring your awareness to where your sacrum meets your block. And observe how that pressure point feels. What can you do to allow those hips, the back of the hips, to rest a little bit deeper, softening into the block, letting go and easing out, knowing that the support will keep you safe. Then notice all the spaces where the body does not touch anything. The space underneath the body, the space above the body. All of that space where we have no physical contact. And see how the body feels in that fine line where the body meets the air. Try to internalize your awareness a little bit deeper. As you absorb these areas more, you may begin to notice a little bit of pulsation spreading out and moving around the body. work your awareness to the breath. Be effortless, natural breathing. Observe the inhales and outhales, how the body rises and falls effortlessly in time with the breath. Observe how the breath dictates the motion of the body. That unity that they have. Think about how you can bring that into the rest of your practice. And then work the awareness to the center of the chest, your heart space. And as you deepen the awareness to the chest, try to reawaken a memory of gratitude. Allow the gratitude to wake up, rise, and spread throughout your entire body and mind. Feel that gratitude as if you were reliving a moment in time where you had nothing but gratitude. And in that space, this is a beautiful spot to set your intent for this practice. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. We're going to slowly remove the blocks, so lift those hips on the inhale. As you press through the feet, getting that block out of the way, nicely guide those hips back down. Untuck those shoulders and bring those knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice stretch as you pull those knees in tight, letting that lower lumbar lift. Maybe give yourself a little rock from side to side, massaging out the sides of the hips. And then extend the right leg long. And keep the left leg in, the foot is flexed. Grab the shin with the right hand as you bring the left arm out to a goalpost. On the exhale, lift and stack those hips as you push that shin over towards the right side of the mat. Be careful not to grab the knee. You can either place the hand on the thigh, on the shin. I like to grab that little bit of meat in between. If it feels good, you can take your block, place it under the knee so you have something to support onto. Or continue to work that knee down towards the ground. Then bring the gaze over to the left arm. Try to work that left shoulder into the mat. Keeping the upper body ground down, allowing the twist to stay in our midsection. Giving our internal organs a deep wring out. Really good for the intestines. We're going to take 10 more deep breaths on the side. You can relax that right leg. You can keep the left foot flexed. Let those feet relax down. When you're ready for that final inhale, bring the knee and the gaze up to your bend line as you pull that left knee into the chest. Make your little adjustments to straighten out that spine again. And then bring the right leg in, flex both those feet, and extending the left leg nice and long. This time we bring the right arm out to a goalpost. On the exhale, we grab that shin, pull that knee across the body, let those hips lift and stack. Trying to get that knee, that shin, that ankle, all the way down to the opposite side of our mat. And bringing the gaze over to the right arm. Trying to keep this right shoulder glued down so this twist stays in the midsection and the upper body stays flat. Give yourself 10 more deep breaths here. You can relax the feet if it feels good. You can keep them flexed for a little bit more work. Inhale, bring the gaze and that knee back up to the midline. Straighten out that spine, bring that knee into the chest, and bring the opposite knee in. We're coming into reclined bound angle. So bring the hands to the outside of the knees as you bring the soles of those feet together. Start to drop those feet towards the mat as you let those knees go towards the ground. And you may need to pick up the body to lengthen out the spine here. If it feels good, it may be really nice. Get a block underneath that knee, give you some support. If you don't want it, don't take it. Hands can come to the insides of the thighs, palms can be facing up, or you can bring the arms out to the side. The closer you bring those heels towards the groin, the deeper the stretch in the hip flexor is going to be, the harder it is to get those knees towards the ground. The more of a diamond shape you make, the easier it might be to get these knees down or to relax these legs. But you're going to be having more work in the hamstrings. So pick your poison. I have super tight hips, so I like to give myself that deep stretch in the hip flexor. Five more breaths. On the inhale, bring the hands underneath the knees so you can bring those knees up together, pulling them back into the chest on the exhales. Now let's give ourselves a few rocks forward and back before we come up to our seated position. So just a few rocks. Just massage out that spine. And find your way nice up here. We're moving into square pose. So we want to line up the knee with the ankle. We're then going to bring the left ankle on top of that right knee, working that left knee down on top of the right ankle. Now, depending on which side is your tighter side, this knee may be lifted. It may feel really good to help ease the tension out, to bring a block underneath. If you want more work and more effort, use your hand to help guide that knee down. We're going to do our neck warm-ups here as we drop the chin to the chest, roll the right ear to right shoulder, the neck down and back, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. Let's do one more nice rotation. And the chin's back at the chest. Take a nice deep inhale and let it out. Use the hand to guide the knees back up so we can switch those legs. This time planting the left foot down, lining it up with that left knee. And right foot comes on top of that left knee as the right knee goes down towards that left foot. Here you may begin to notice which side is your dominant side by judging how close this knee gets to that foot. Again, use your block if it feels good. If you use one block on one side, one block on the other, it's okay. You don't have to do your pose with symmetry in order to bring symmetry to the body. We're thinking about how we need to cater to these poses. Let's find those neck rolls as we drop the chin to the chest. Roll the left ear to left shoulder. The neck down and back. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin the chest. One more rotation. The chin's back at the chest. Take a nice breath. And let it go. Bringing that neck up to the neutral. Removing that block. We're coming into butterfly. So we're bringing the soles of those feet together. We want a nice pre-tilt in the pelvic, so we already have that natural forward hinge. Again, just like in our recline mount angle, we are working on bringing these heels towards the groin for a deeper hip flexor stretch, more of a diamond shape for a deeper hamstring stretch. So again, pick your poison. You can keep the hand on the feet as you hinge, or you can follow me as we inhale, bring those arms up. Get some nice length, reach to the crown of the head, and exhale, hinge and fold. Try to work that chest down towards the feet. Keep a nice gap between the chin and chest. I'm not looking up. I'm not tucking down or rounding my back. I'm trying to work everything nice and long. Using my hands to guide the body forward, reaching through the crown of my head. Or if I kept my hands on my feet, I'm using those forearms to push those knees away from me, making my neck more active to keep it nice and long. We're going to be here for 10 breaths. Keep those breaths nice and even, nice and deep. When you're ready, you inhale, leading with the crown of the head. And as you exhale, find your easy seat. We're coming into easy twist. So inhale, bring those arms up. As we exhale, we twist towards the right, planting the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Right arm is behind us, gazes over that right shoulder. I'm pushing through the heel of the right hand so that spine stays nice and long, even though I'm twisting. I'm not slouching back. One more. Inhaling back to that midline, getting our length. And exhaling, twisting towards the left. This time the hand goes on the outside of the left thigh. Left arm plants behind us. Gazes over that left shoulder. One more. Then inhaling up to the midline. Interlace those fingers, push those palms to the sky. We're taking a nice easy hinge as we exhale. Hinge towards the right, push that left hip into the ground. We want to keep those hips grounded. Each exhale, see if you can hinge a little bit deeper. One more. And inhaling up to the midline. And exhaling over to the left. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, release those arms down. Bring your legs out the staff pose. Now, in our staff, just like with the bound angle, we want to have that pre-tilt in the pelvis. So we have that natural forward hinge. Sometimes it may feel really good to bring a blanket or a towel underneath those hips. Give you something to get a little bit of leverage on. Now, depending on how tight you are, you're going to really notice it in your hinge. So as we inhale, we bring those arms up and lengthen through the body. Exhale, hinge, bring it forward. Now, I'm a little tight, so going towards my toes makes me strain and I have to turtle my neck, which is what I don't want. So I bring my hands more towards my calves, bending those elbows, working my chest closer towards the thighs. I'm keeping the neck nice and long. Reaching through the crown of my head, my gaze is beyond those feet. Maybe as I go forward this practice, I'll be able to grab those toes. But for right now, I'm fine being here. This is where my practice needs to be. Three more breaths. When you're ready, inhale, leading with the crown of the head. We're moving into reverse plank. So the hands come behind us, fingertips towards the booties. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, engage the glutes and the core as you inhale. Lift those hips up high, rolling the feet to plant onto the ground. Really push through the heels and the fingertips of the hands. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the body back down, and we're moving to our cat-cow. So let's bring the body into our tabletop. Get those arms nice and steady. Find our base. And what I mean by that is our wrists are just a little bit before our shoulders so we don't over-compress in them. And we get those knees nice under our hips. Find your neutral spine. Reach through the crown of the head. On the inhale, we're going to drop the belly, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, round that spine, chin to chest. Start to let the breath dictate this movement. Finding the length of this transition to equal the length of your inhale and of your exhale. Finding the pause in the pose when you find the pause between the inhales and the exhales. Do 2 more. And when you're done, you can meet me in a neutral spine. We're coming into that first down dog. So tuck those toes, inhale, lift those knees, exhale, push those hips up and back. Really push through the palms and the fingertips of the hand. Maybe put a flex in those knuckles so the fingers don't slide. And if it feels good, it may be nice to roll forward the plank, readjust your hands slightly, then push back. While we're here, we're working on getting those hips high. The gaze is towards my back legs or those toes as my neck hangs nice and long. I'm keeping those ears nestled between the triceps. As I push those hips high, I then start to work those heels towards the mat. It may feel really good to pedal it out. Start to wake those hammies up. And while you're in your down dog, maybe invite some play. Depending on how your hips feel. It may be more comforting to bring those feet as wide as the mat. Allow to take some of the pressure off the hips. Or maybe work on bringing those feet more narrow, shortening that stance, pushing those hips up, then working those heels towards the ground. Find whatever feels good for you in your down dog. We're going to do a few rounds of flow. We're just going to start with little mini flows by doing our plank chaturangas, cobras, and then back to down dogs. So bring those legs to stillness. On the inhale, roll the body forward to high plank. Keep those hips engaged and those arms. On the exhale, lower down in chaturanga as you bring those elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Tuck those toes, lift those knees. Exhale, down dog. Let's do that 3 more times as we inhale, bring the body forward. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, take that lift. And exhale, push it back. Last one, inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. I lied before. This is now the last one as we inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale back. Take a nice deep stretch in that down dog. We're going to be working our way to the top of the mat. So inhale, come high on those toes, bend those knees, gaze between the palms, we hop it forward. And exhale to a nice forward fold. If it feels good, let the knees bend so the chest can rest on the thighs. Then start working on straightening those legs. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale with strength, we're rising all the way up to our upward salute. And exhale into Tadasana. Take a nice deep breath here. Let it go. So let's find a really strong Tadasana. We want those feet underneath the hips. Their shoulders are down and back. Palms are forward, knees are lifted, thighs and glutes are engaged. Good gap between the chin and chest, and gaze is beyond you. Imagine that you're reaching through the crown of the head. Give yourself a few deep breaths here. We're going to be moving in the tree pose. So first, find your drishti, your point of gaze where nothing is moving, so you can find your balance. Then start to bring the weight into the left leg as you start to inhale that right knee up. Now when we bring this knee open to the side and we plant that foot down, we want to make sure we are not on the joint. So we're not on an ankle, we're not on a knee. We're either in the calf, the thigh, or you're creating a little bit of a kickstand where the heel is in the calf, the toes are planted on the floor. Now you can challenge your tree here multiple different ways. One of those ways is bringing that leg up higher. Another way is working that gaze up. Bring that gaze towards the ceiling. And if you really want to challenge that tree and find stability, close your eyes. So really observe how much more the body sways and how you need to alter that tree in order to find stillness. That's what we want in our tree. Stability and stillness. You can do any variations you want with the hands. Allow yourself some moments here to play. You can take mudras. You can bring the arms in, behind the body. We're going to be here for 2 more breaths. When you're ready, inhale, bring that right knee in, grabbing the shin with the hand, flex that foot. The left hand can come to the hip as you inhale, open that foot out to the side. Now if it's in your practice, you can grab the toe and extend the leg out. I have super tight hamstrings, so that's not happening. I'm going to stay right here. For 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Bring that knee in, drop that foot down. Give yourself a good ankle stretch on the left foot. Maybe a little ankle roll. And re-find your Tadasana. Roll those shoulders down and back. Nice strong body. Engage the thighs and the knees. Deep inhale. Exhale out. Start to find your drishti, that point of gaze. And when you're ready, start to put the weight into the right foot. As we inhale that left knee up, opening it out to the side, and exhale, planting, finding your tree. Again, here you will notice the instabilities in the sides. Your right side and left side may be stronger than the other. You may find one side a little bit more wobbly. So allow yourself to alter your tree to this side of the body to cater what it is this side needs. Maybe play with your gaze or your hand positions. May feel good to even close the eyes. Find yourself a tree of stillness, wherever that may be for you. 2 more breaths. Then inhale, bring the left knee up, grabbing the shin with the left hand and opening it up to the side. Again, if you can do the full leg extent, take your yogi toe hold, which is 2 fingers around the big toe, and kick it out. I can't do that. Not on this side either. So I'm going to stay here. For 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee forward, dropping it down and giving the ankle a good stretch on the right side. Now let's work those feet wide as our mat. So if you're not already lengthways on your mat, switch yourself up so you can match me, so that our toes are pointing out to the corners, those heels are pointing inwards. So what a nice soft bend in those knees. So I don't have a deep bend here, but my joints are not locked. I'm strong and engaged. Hands come to hips, push those elbows back, reach to the crown of the head. Nice deep inhale. As we exhale, we hinge and fold, working that head down towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Release those hands, bring them down. And as you exhale, start to plant into those hands. Maybe heel toe those feet a little bit wider. As you work on bringing the head towards the ground. To do this, we're bending our elbows back as you start to shift the weight towards the balls of the feet, to the point that it feels like those heels are going to lift, but they're staying grounded. If you're a tripod headstander, this is where you can pike it up. If not, you're just going to follow me. So we take a few more breaths here. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Place the left hand under the head. Then inhale, bring the right arm and the gaze up to the sky. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the arm and the gaze down. Switching hands. Then inhale, bring the left arm and the gaze up. For 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the arm and the gaze down. And then let the body sink a little bit deeper. We're going to be moving into ninja towards the right side. So on the inhale, we lift. On the exhale, we walk the hands over to the right as you bend that right knee, maybe shortening that stance. Lift that chest up on the inhale. Now your ninja could be wide. You may be up here on the toes. This foot may be planted. Either way, we want to work on engaging these legs. So I've been working on getting my toes going out in the same direction of the knee as this leg stays planted. That foot stays planted and my chest is lifted. I take 3 here, and then I'm going to be transitioning into lizard. So 3, 2, 1. On the exhale, plant those hands, hinge the ball of the feet. I'm going to pivot on my feet as I walk my hands towards the front of my mat. Then heel toe that left foot out to the side. I have a nice wide stance. My right knee is out on the outside of the shoulder, and my right hand is on the inside of that right foot. I'm gonna roll to the side of that right foot as I drop the back knee, untuck the toe, and work my way down to my forearms. Giving myself 10 deep breaths here. When I'm ready to come out, I plant that right foot down, press through the hands, tuck the toe, lift the knee. We're coming into extended side angle. So heel toeing this right foot in, so now the knee and the foot is under the armpit. Grounding down that back foot at a 45 degree. On the inhale, I'm going to use the core to lift the body up, so I can bring the forearm to the thigh, swoop that left arm back, gaze to the sky as the tricep comes by my ear. Now in this position, I'm pulling through those fingertips, pushing through that heel, trying to get length in the side body. I'm not putting my weight into this thigh, I'm just using it as a support. So I could freely move my arm, I'm keeping the core nice and engaged. Three more, then we're going to revolved warrior. So start to lock those legs down where they are. You're pressing through the feet. Keep the hips in their position. We're using the core to inhale, lift the torso. Arms go out, flipping that palm. Exhale, coming into our revolve, working the opposite tricep by the ear. Gaze is towards the ceiling or towards that back foot. Continue to bend on that front knee. This back knee is lifted and engaged. One more breath. Inhale to the neutral spine, straighten that leg, arms go out wide. We're moving the triangle as we exhale. Bring those fingers to the inside of the ankle. Opposite arm and gaze. Up to the sky. Work on stacking. That body is really open. The side. Gaze could be neutral. You can bring the gaze down or keep that gaze going up. Two more. Then we're going to be coming back into that ninja. To do so, on the exhale, bring the arm and the gaze down as you put a bend in that front knee. Start to pivot on that foot if it feels good. And lifting the body back up. Find yourself here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're moving to ninja on the other side, so we plant those hands toward the center. Inhale, bring those hips up high. Exhale, find our ninja on the left side. Again, taking our ninja variations. Being here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to be pivoting to lizard. So exhale, plant those hands. We're pivoting on those back feet. So we can bring the hands towards the front of the mat. Then side step that left foot all the way over. So the left foot's on the outside of the left hand, the left knee's on the outside of the left shoulder. We'll roll that foot to the side. Then drop the back knee, untuck that toe, and work your way down to your forearms. We're here for 10. When you're ready to come up and we move to that extended side angle, we're planting that left foot back down, pressing down through those hands, bringing ourselves nice and high, tucking that toe, lifting that knee, then heel toeing that foot to the inside. So now the foot is on the inside of the left hand, that knee is in the armpit. Grounding down that back foot at a 45-degree angle. Keeping everything square to the front. On the inhale, I lift the core. Exhale, plant the forearm to the thigh. Then inhale, bring that tricep up to the ear with the gaze. Again, pull through those fingertips, push that heel into the mat. Three more, then we're going revolved warrior. Plant through those feet, keep those hips where they are. As we inhale, we use the core to lift the body. Extend those arms out, flip that front palm. Then exhale, come to your back bend. Continue to press through that knee, keeping that back knee lifted and engaged. We're going to go into triangle next. So we inhale that body up to the neutral spine, straighten those legs. Arms out wide, body is square to the front. And exhale, hinge as you push those hips back. Bring the left fingertips to the inside of the leg. Right arm in the gaze up to the sky. Try to really open that side body. One more, then we're going to that ninja. When you're ready for the next exhale, bring the arm and the gaze down as you bend that knee, maybe taking your little pivots, and then inhaling, lifting that chest, finding your ninja. We're going to be working back to that wide-legged forward fold. So we exhale, plant those hands towards the center. Inhale, lift those hips up high. Take a nice halfway lift. And then fold as you let the head go towards the mat. Inhale, lifting. Bring those hands towards the hips. And use the breath in the chest to bring yourself all the way up. Roll those shoulders back. Roll them forward. As you bring the hands behind the body, interlacing those fingers, push the knuckles out, chest goes down. Push those hips back as you exhale, hinge. Let those knuckles go to the sky. As the head goes towards the mat. Inhale, lift as you lead with the crown of the head. Bring the chin back to the chest. And releasing. Bring those legs to stillness. Find your Tadasana. Inhale, bring those arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold it down. On the inhale, plant those hands, step it back to plank. And exhale, lower down in your chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. We're moving into low crescent lunge, so we inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, plant that foot, dropping that back knee and tucking that toe. You push those hips forward, use the core to lift the chest. Maybe take the back bend as we work those triceps back. Or really enjoy the neutral spine as you push that hip forward a little bit more. We're going to be moving into runner's lunge in 3, 2, 1. If you're in the back bend, inhale up to the neutral spine. Tuck that toe. As you exhale, push those hips back, straightening that leg. Bring those fingertips towards the ground. You want to keep this front leg straight. So it doesn't matter if the foot is touching or that foot is straight or that foot is flexed. You want those hamstrings in work. One more. Then we inhale, bring the body to the neutral spine. Now here we're coming into tree. So on the inhale, we tuck the toe, lift the knee, exhale, hinge it forward. Then inhale, use the core and the body to lift. Find your tree. Inhale, bring the arms up with the knee. Exhale, plant that foot and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and plant those hands as you inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Getting ready for the left side. We inhale that left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, plant that foot, drop the back knee and tuck the toe. Coming into that low lunge or low crescent lunge, we inhale, lift the torso. Maybe enjoy the neutral spine or take the back bend if it serves you. Sometimes I really just like to enjoy it here. We're going to be moving into that runner's lunge in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, tuck that toe, bring yourself to the neutral spine. As you exhale, push those hips back, straighten that front leg. Work yourself down to that runner's lunge. Now we'll see if I can do that tree a little bit more graceful on this side. As we inhale, we bring the body forward, plant those hands, lift that knee, exhale, hinge, inhale, lift. There we go. Not as graceful. Nowhere near. And plant. Find your drishti, your point of gaze. Then inhale, bring the arms up with the knee. And this time we're just going to exhale to plant to Tadasana. We're working our way onto our mats, and we're going to need both blocks for this. Now this is going to be a really deep shoulder stretch, so you may want it with the blocks, you may want it without the blocks. I will show you both versions. Let's do without the blocks first. This is going to be, in some practices, you'll hear this called as melting heart, and other practices is called puppy pose. Puppies like to do this. So we're going to work on bringing those knees underneath the hips. Now we want to keep the booty high here. As you start to bend in the spine, dropping that chest towards the floor, extending those arms out. Bring the chest and the forehead down. If you can't comfortably get the chest towards the mat, bring the height towards you. And let the chest come onto a block, taking a softer bend, but you have more engagement and more work in the neck here. Now, if you want to try it a little bit deeper in the shoulders, you can bring your blocks out high or nice and wide. As we bring those arms down and working that chest towards the mat. Whatever variation you take 5 more breaths in it. We're going to be rolling into Sphinx from this. So inhale, lift the body. As you bring the chest forward, you may want to roll your blocks out of the way. But we're working on bringing those elbows underneath the shoulders. Fingertips are spread. You're planting through the fingertips and the palms. Act as if you're trying to drag the body forward so the chest is lifted. You may want to bring those feet together, gluing the legs. Or for more stability, bring those feet wider. We're going to take 10 deep breaths here. When we're ready, we're pushing back the child's pose. So bring those hands a little bit forward as you push the body up. Spread those knees nice and wide. Extending those arms out, pushing that booty towards the heels. And inhale, start to slowly roll that body up, finding our heroes. Now we're going to be coming into a toe and ankle stretch. So let's start with the toes. With the toes, we hinge forward so you can tuck those little toes. Make sure this pinky guy comes along for the ride. As you drop the booty back into those heels, and maybe just take a few breaths here. Stretch out those little toes, toesies. When we're ready, we'll untuck those toes, drop those feet down, bring the booty onto the heels. As you work one hand behind you, then the other. As we start to come to the ankle stretch, we're going to slowly roll those ankles up. Now, only go as high as it feels good for you. This can be a very intense stretch. So I like to bring those knees up as high as I can. Sometimes roll my feet a little bit further. Ooh yeah, get a really deep ankle stretch in there. One more breath. Release down. Ooh, and bring those legs out to staff. We're going to come into our final forward fold. Ooh, I'm sweating and shedding. Flex those feet. Inhale, bring those arms up. And exhale, give yourself a nice hinge. Now I can easily grab those toes. And I'm still working on getting my chest closer to the ground. Closer to my thighs as I bend those elbows. One more. Inhaling, rolling that body up. Bringing the left leg nice and wide. The right foot to the inside of the thigh. Inhale, getting the length. Exhale, getting my twist. Inhale, grounding my hip down as I get some last bit of length in this twist. Then exhale, hinge and fold. Grabbing those toes, gaze is nice and long. Keep that good gap between the chin and chest. One more breath here. Then grab the yogi toe hold. Try to get those fingers around the toes. Maybe grab the outside of the foot or the ankle. On the inhale, we're going to swoop the right arm up with the gaze. As you start to bring that right tricep by the ear, rotate at the shoulder, pull through those fingertips. Now, we're bringing the gaze and the shoulder behind us. Maybe this hand is on the inside of the foot. Or I like to grab right here. Eventually, these fingertips will touch that toe. Not today. Three more. Inhale, roll the body up. Switch sides, bring the left leg in. Stand that right foot nice and wide. We're going to inhale, get that length, and exhale, find our twist. Inhale, get that last bit of length as you ground down that right hip. Then exhale, hinge and fold. Start to work on finding either that yogi toe hold, the foot on the outside or the hand on the outside or the inside. As we inhale, we swoop that left arm up and back behind us as you rotate on that shoulder, working that tricep to the ear. Be flipping your hair out of the way. 3 breaths here. Inhale, roll the body up. We're going to do one more final bound angle as we bring those feet together. Get that pre-tilt in the pelvic. Again, hands can be on the feet or nice and extended. And when you're ready, exhale, start to hinge the body down. We inhale, we rise with the crown of the head. Try to keep your legs where they are. You will take little movements and adjustments as we do this. But we're going to try to work our way onto our backs in that recline down ankle. So nice and controlled. Really bring the body down. Arms can go out to the side and then readjust where you want your feet. Give yourself 5 deep breaths here. Grab underneath those knees and sides as you pull the knees together. We're coming into our inversion, which I'm going to do legs at the wall, but if you have a preferred inversion you want to take, feel free to take it. Now, there is no graceful way to do legs at the wall, at least not one that I have found. So I will walk you through it the only way I know how. As I awkwardly bring my booty towards the wall, I'm starting on one side. I'm getting that butt as flushed as I can. Then I lead with the shoulders as I roll the body down, bringing those legs up to the sky. Straightening out the spine and relaxing myself down. Taking any adjustments I need. I like to have my arms nice and wide for this so my shoulders can relax. And your legs could be straight up. You can bring them to bowed angle. You can do any other leg adjustments you feel like you need here. But I like just to have those feet towards the ceiling. But whatever inversion we take, we're giving ourselves 10 deep breaths. When you're ready to come out of this, you can slowly start to slide those feet down as you bring those knees in. Roll over to one side and push yourself right up. Or if you prefer to take your Shavasana there, you can take your Shavasana there. But we're all going to work down and get ready for our final resting pose. So allow yourself to take any other movements you want. Any adjustments, any little fixes in the clothing, our props, if we want props in our Shavasana, the hair, try to make yourself as comfortable as possible. I actually sometimes really like to bring the blocks underneath my knees and give them a little bit of a relax. And that's not where they want it to be. There we go. Wherever you're at, however you get there, take a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. Take your deepest inhale and let it go. Start to slowly bring your awareness back into your breathing. Observing the rise and fall of your natural breath, its quality, its temperature. Maybe notice if you have any taste as you breathe. And in your own time, you can start to move those fingers and toes, nice and gently. Maybe bring the neck a good stretch from side to side. With the eyes closed, you'll bring those knees into your chest, giving them a nice tight hug before you surrender over to your right side. Sealing your practice in the fetal position, come back to your intent here. Maybe just honor yourself where you are. Either way, just enjoy it. One more deep inhale through the nose. Letting it go. With the eyes still closed and as lazily as you can, you're going to press through the hand to bring yourself up to a seated position. And bringing those hands to heart center. The light in me honors and respects the same divine light in each of you, and all that we think, do, and say. Namaste. Thank you guys for watching this and practicing along. I hope you really enjoyed it. Bye!